Hello, Bro Stuff here with Prophecy Insights. Today's update. Today is just an update, and I wanted to update you on what's going on with North Korea because I think it's real important. I just got through with an intelligence briefing on Security Freedom Radio, Frank Gaffney's intelligence think tank that he's put together. And Frank, it just brings the greatest minds together with respect to geopolitics and what's going on around the world politically and also militarily. They're just connected to everything. So he briefed us today on the North Korean missile launch that our government said was a failure, or at least our media reported that. It was not a failure. They set up approximately a couple hundred miles up a new type of delivery system that is meant to explode when it reaches a certain altitude. Now, everyone that's in the know in our government, in our military, knows that this was a successful test. This was not a mistake. North Korea did this on purpose. Now, what that leads our military experts to believe is that North Korea is now in the probably final stages of putting together a EMP, electric magnetic pulse detonation device. What does that mean to us? If North Korea was to launch, just take a ship, a cargo ship for that matter, and put it about 1,000 miles off the American coast, Pacific coast, say off of Hawaii, about 1,000 miles in international waters, and then they launch that new device and it goes 150 to 200 miles into the air and they explode it dead center over the United States, they could wipe out the United States electrical grid, which means what I'm broadcasting right now would stop. All internet would stop. All computerization would stop. Many of our cars would cease to operate. And we would be thrown back to the 1800s that fast. It also would mean that in about 6 months to 8 months, half of the population of the United States, 100 million people, would die because lack of food, lack of medicines, etc. So it's a very serious thing. Now, on my other report, I said I wasn't too concerned about North Korea launching an attack or starting up a war directly against us. Now that I've heard this intelligence briefing, I'm going to change that sentiment. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm extremely concerned, I've moved from a 5, probably to about a 7. And I'm a lot more concerned than I was 2 or 3 days ago after hearing this intelligence briefing. Here's what the Bible has to say about the days that we're living in. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. But know this, that in the last days, perilous times will come. That word perilous, by the way, means stressful times. Times of stress will come. I don't think there's any debate from anybody that we're living in days that are very stressful and that are very concerning to all of us. Verse 2, for men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money. We've seen these things play itself out in our societies. Boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Verse 3, unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, despisers of good, traitors, headstrong, haughty, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, and so on and so forth. We are there. We are there. What Paul talked about perilous, stressful times. We are absolutely there. Now, why do I bring this to you? Not to scare you, not to create fear, but so that you go back to the Lord and start praying over the desire of North Korea to want to inflict harm to the United States and to the American society overall, to our allies. They want to inflict harm. We need to be praying over that and asking that God's will be done, and that no matter what happens, that God will put a hedge of protection around his people, and that he'll reach out during these stressful times to people who need to come to know him and his son, Jesus Christ. So pray about these things, and talk to your friends and to other believers that you know about these things, and spread the word. You can go to brosteph.com and pick up my playlist there. If you want to get my playlist, my YouTube playlist of all the prophecy updates I've done, prophecy insights, you can get it there. If you don't know the Lord and you're hearing this and you're going, holy mackerel, what do I do with this information? If you don't know Jesus Christ, go to brosteph.com, scroll down the page, and you'll see how to accept Jesus Christ as your Savior. Watch the 2 videos, read the information there. It's a page, that's all. And ask Christ into your life. Now is the time for you to be born again, just like John 3:16 talks about. John 3:16 through 18, very good read for you. I'd recommend you read that, and then read Romans 10 and 9, chapter 10, verse 9, and then ask Christ into your life. Best decision you could ever make. Get everything wrong in your life. I always say this. I like to remind everybody. You could get everything wrong in your life, but if you say yes to Jesus Christ, put your faith in him, that's the only right decision you have to make, right? And hopefully you've made a few right decisions along the way, but you understand my point. That is an eternal decision, and you only get one shot at getting that one right, and then you enter eternity. You'll either live in hell forever or you'll live in heaven with the Lord forever. The choice is yours. So I'll see you on another Prophecy Insights. Make it a great day. God bless you and your loved ones. Bye for now.